Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back in, and today we're talking about the new assault rifle in Delta Force, the K437. Look at this beautiful rifle. Very nice model. So we're going to be talking about the gun and kind of familiarizing ourselves with the weapon, understanding how it performs, and those base stats are really important because those kind of imply what the weapon is designed for. We'll get into that a bit more, and then we're going to talk about the builds. Let's hop into talking about the K437. All right, so here we are, and I mean, I really am this gun model looks great. It looks so good. Let's check out the inspect. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Very clean. Performance, let's talk about that. So when we look at the gun, 25 damage for an assault rifle, that's the higher end. That competes with weapons like the CI-19 does 25 damage, PTR 28, G3 26, SCAR 25. So it's definitely considered a heavy hitting assault rifle. 20 range, that is low. That's very low. Let's compare that to some SMGs. So the QCQ 18 meters, MP7 20 meters, Vitsiaz 18 meters, SMG 45 23 meters. So the range for the assault rifle is less than a lot of submachine guns, and that is because this gun shoots 300 blackout. So there's subsonic rounds for 300 blackout. They're heavier compared to like 5.56 rounds. The velocity is slower, but they usually hit a bit harder and usually have a bit less recoil when compared to like 5.56. That's kind of going to be implied with this gun with 300 blackout, is that less range, but it's a quiet gun, hits a little harder, and has easy recoil to control. So that 20 meters and 450 muzzle velocity. Muzzle velocity is also very low on this gun when we compare it to a similar assault rifle such as the M4, 550. So we get a difference of 100 meters a second. And then when we compare it to some machine guns, I mean, a lot of the subs, you know, default muzzle velocity in the 400s. Here's the SMG 45 at 475, and it looks like everything else is basically at 400 or less. So that kind of lets us know the range stats for this gun kind of behave like a submachine gun. Next up, control, default at 45 meters. That's pretty good. Handling at 55, stability 53, accuracy 49. So high 40s, low 50s for everything else. Rate of fire is rather high at 780 RPM. Again, compared to the M4, which I believe is the closest assault rifle to that, we get 800. CI-19 without the gas block buff, we're at 706. AK-12, another mid to high tier 700 RPM. So it's kind of in that family of rate of fire. So what's the max range possible on this bad boy? So we got the max range barrel on there. And then for max range silencer, it's either going to be the silent suppressor with +2 or whisper with +2. And then if we calibrate for range, if we max out, here it is, muzzle velocity. So it looks like currently at release of this weapon, the max range you can achieve is 25 meters with a max muzzle velocity of 608 meters. So that's nothing insane. When we compare that to something like the SMG 45, for example, there's the +3 barrel here, but most people run this fission right here. So we can run that and the echo suppressor, and let's calibrate it, of course. So this, for comparison, is going to give us 29 meters of range and 642 meters a second. So mind you, while it's hitting higher. So it's pretty interesting. Obviously, the rate of fire is way less, so there's kind of that balance. But just to kind of understand where the new AR is at when you compare it to other options. All right, guys, so hopping into build number 1, it's going to be called Max Range Silly. We're going to be using this gun. It's built for max range, and it's silly because it's got the 3.5x zoomed out a little bit. We got a canted sight on there, and then we're using the silent suppressor, which actually hurts our rate of fire, but it adds some control. So this thing is kind of 30 mag that's meant for a bit of long range engagements. And as you can see, it really does just lay down some fire. That 25 damage feels really good, and the slight rate of fire nerf, something about the tempo just feels really easy to use when you're in the scope, and the canted comes into play pretty nicely as well. So like you can get long range kill and then toggle to your canted, go back, and this gun brings a unique play style. It may not be the best build possible, but it's still totally viable, and it creates a fun play style to play a little different in match. So check this one out. All right, guys, next up we have my 45 mag kind of mid-range And this is what I would use if I was like trying to sweat, or if I just wanted to play really good in the mid-range. We get 23 meters of range, which for this gun is pretty good. 67 control, 54 handling, 57 stability. And yeah, I mean, we can see the fall off right here, but overall this thing's pretty good. It's just an all-round kind of mid-range AR. ADS feels good. You know, you can really lay down some fire with this thing. Get those long range kills in there. So here's how it looks, just kind of spraying, a little bit of horizontal in there. If you guys are not a fan of the Poseidon flash hider, something like the Spiral works just as well. The Spiral is an amazing flash hider. Kind of brings it a little bit more tighter together. If you don't care about flash hiders and you want to run the Bastion, that would totally work on here as well. So the Bastion's another one. Of course, you're going to have some screen flash, but if you can ignore it, the Bastion's really good. Another thing would be the Whisper. So the Whisper adds some range on there. Titanium Contest is also another option. Practical Flash Hider is also another option. So you may want to try different muzzles, put your favorite one on there, but overall, the gun just like this is a perfect blueprint, and give this one a try if you're looking for like a solid all-rounder mid-range. So this is going to be build number 3. It's a max range with a 30 mag, and it's silenced. This one feels really, really stable when you're aiming down the iron sights. So just kind of like very laser like, and not much reticle movement. Feels really good. Of course, 30 mag. What else? What's the ADS time on this bad boy? I'm gonna guess. Wait, let me feel it. .327. Oh, I was pretty close. 332. Okay, so this thing feels really good if you're looking for like a stable laser. Boom, this is that build right here. So we're pushing 25 meters with 25 damage. Handling, it's okay. Definitely not bad, but definitely not amazing. This is actually a pretty good balance. High stability, high control, decent handling, and for the gun, the best range possible. So this is kind of what I build guns for. My general thesis when I'm building a gun in Delta Force: how can I get max range? How can I keep handling as high as possible? And how can I have control and stability balanced yet high values? So this is exactly what I kind of go for when I build guns, and it feels really good. It's something to keep in mind, and I'm still trying to lock in the close range build. I don't really have it locked in yet, that you can build this gun for close range. 22 meters, it's going to be something like the SR3M, right? 700, I think the SR3M's rate of fire is like 770 or 780 even. It might be exactly the same. 747, so pretty close. If you put the 45 mag on there, it's going to hurt accuracy quite a bit. The 60 mag doesn't hurt accuracy at all. So if you're going for a hip fire build, I'd either go 60 or 30. Of course, you could do the 45 still and then throw on something like the competition, and then you still get 81 hip fire, which is going to look something like this. Either way, the close range I'm still kind of working on, but I definitely enjoy these 3 builds right here for you guys. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys want to see next, and I hope you guys have fun gaming. Thanks for watching.